This is Fixing Famous People, the podcast where two reality television producers pitch solutions to save celebrities in dire straits.
But first, let's get to the Pre-Fixe, your weekly pop culture roundup.
Oh, Christopher, I'd like to start off with something personal this week.
Okay.
I am speaking about my facial hair and not Gigi Hadid when I say to you, beards are a lot of work. They're just a lot of work. I'm at that point of my beard growth where it's been a week of growth.
I was like, what?
It's a week of growth, and now I'm at the point where it's like crawling into my mouth or making me. And it's like it's becoming something I have to maintain 3 times a day. As an experienced beardist, tell me how to avoid all this.
Okay, the growing it over the lip part is it becomes unlivable.
It is unlivable.
And then especially to be kissing someone like that, it's the worst thing ever. And I don't so I always am trimming this upper lip situation. And if it's too long, I like play with it and I hate it. So that's what the upper lip part, you really have to keep in line. Because because a very few people can like have a mustache good enough to like have it like go over their lip and it like not be disgusting.
Right.
Because then when it grows like into the mouth, like, ugh. Blech.
No.
And I love facial.
No,
you got to do that. And then I think just I don't know. Like, I think you have to grow it out long enough so it's not a stubble anymore. And then it is fine.
All right,
but I don't even know what you look like with a beard, honestly.
I mean, you do, but you probably don't remember. I mean, I definitely had like a big one during COVID, but I looked like Chaka from Land of the Lost. You don't even know who that is, but I looked like an animal. I mean, like I had long hair and a big beard. I had given up during COVID, as our friend Tom said. Wasn't Tom the one who was like, you looked like you gave up during COVID? And I had, basically. Yeah.
But what I'm seeing in front of me right now, I'm enjoying. I think it's good. I think it's a little bit of, you're really on this like mask train. And so I feel like this adds to that as well. The pearl necklace you're wearing, not sure if I agree with that.
I can't be too masculine. That's why I threw it up there today. I was like,
the earrings.
I need them to know. My studs.
Your studs and pearl necklace bring you back down to homosexuality. But
as does my voice. So it's not like I can't hide it.
But the stubbly beard, I'm really enjoying on you.
Well, let me be honest about something. So I'm at a point now where my hair, my head hair is like half salt, half pepper, as you know, which I'm fine with. Like there comes a moment when I'll play with it and add a little black, but it lasts for like a day. The beard, my beard hair is mostly salt. Like it grows in mostly white. Okay. And so I have like just a little touch. It's not beard dye, but I have like one of those little Just for Men wands where I just sort of like dab it a little and then rub it. So
sometimes that's like,
it's tough.
Sometimes it looks really bad. Like you really have to do it right and it has to be good.
Well, until 2 days ago, was of the very passionate opinion that all beard dye and all beard coloring isn't convincing and is stupid. And then mine started to grow in and I looked like Santa Claus. I was like, I can't have this. I can't have white hair on my face. It's like, because then it makes my hair appear black and the beard appears white, in which I look like a 1970s psychiatrist who should be like turtlenecked with his legs crossed and a clipboard evaluating someone. I don't think you should have a white beard and your hair a different color. I think it's a bad look, in my opinion.
Sure. Okay. But
that's it.
All this to say,
see, your beard is not. Your beard looks soft, and you've white hair. Your hair is black.
I don't even really have that many gray hairs in general.
You really don't.
I don't know what is happening, but no.
You're not old enough to be salt and pepper, but you should have like 1 or 2 gray hairs.
I have like one.
Your hair is like, it's jet black. Your hair.
I know, but I'm losing all of it. I need to be on like Nutrafol or like one of those, the Hims. What are these called? Like Keeps. Aren't they all like this? I need to be on one of those because I'm thinning in the back and my side corners, the crown.
Right.
Netflix is the crown is my hair. Like I'm like, I need to regrow the hair there. Like, see this? Like I'm thinning out bad. And like, we can't be 2 bald people in a relationship. You know what I mean? Like, so I gotta figure it out.
That's true.
I might have to go to Turkey, honestly. And I'm like ready to do it.
All right. I mean, there are a lot of success stories.
People
All
love
I'm going to
it,
say
yeah.
about the Turkish, I see a lot, and I think I told you this, in Provincetown last summer, there are a lot of sexy, completely bald men walking around with the giant scar in the back of their head from the transplant, because it was like 5 years ago, they went for the transplant and then just decided, as the years went by, their hair was still getting
They were
thinner
just
and
like,
it wasn't
what
for
am
them.
I doing this for?
And then shaved it. Right. So I noticed like at least a dozen people that went through that. The scar is not unsightly. It's actually quite masculine.
No, but I also think they can do it
honest.
now without the scars. I think that's like, I think it's happening. Anyway, what does anyone care about any of this? But anyway.
I don't know. Well, listen, speaking of a hairy situation, we must let the listeners know something very important. The Golden Globes in 2026 are adding a category for Best Podcast. This is a red alert for everyone who listens to this podcast to contact your local Golden Globes representative. Sure. I believe every town has one, if I'm not mistaken, and tell them no to Joe Rogan, no to Smartless, yes to fixing famous people.
Sure. I'm happy that you're trying to sound the alarm for us.
I'm walking the carpet at the Golden Globes next year. Even if it's as a self-proclaimed nominee, I'm going to fucking do it. If we're there, we're going.
Like
we're
run
going
on the carpet and they like have to apprehend us. Yeah.
Like Norma Desmond. I'm like ready for our close-up. But I am nominated. What do you mean?
Yeah.
But that's very exciting. I love that little new media addition to the Golden Globes, trying as hard as they can.
I will truly eat crow if there's a podcast that's not already a celebrity that has a podcast.
1 billion%.
Should we predict right now who is going to be nominated? Because I'm sure we're going to be half right.
I mean, I bet Joe Rogan will be in there.
I don't think Joe Rogan will be in there.
Oh, I don't know.
Smartless,
he's my number one vote. Smartless is definitely going to
will be nominated 100%. Julia Louis-Dreyfus's podcast will be nominated 1,000,000%.
Yeah. Yeah.
Let's think.
Who's someone? Oh, does Goop have a podcast?
I mean, like, yes, but she's not really on it. Oh, what is his name? Dax Shepard will 100% be nominated.
No. Oh, that's right.
I bet you like Mark Maron will be nominated, even though he's not really like he doesn't count in that category, but he will be nominated.
No, I think he does. I think it's right now just generically best podcast, and I think Maron would probably be nominated.
But that's what I'm saying. It's gonna be like we're not gonna see like our peers there. You're gonna see like my nemesis, I'm sure, will be nominated. Howie
Mandel is not getting nominated for a Golden Globe. He's not.
I'm okay. I'm just it's going to be another way to get these fucking and fucking Alex Cooper. That's the whole point of this, by the way. What am I talking about? What am I talking about? She's going to win 100,000,000 right now. I'm guessing it. She will be nominated. It's a reason for her to go to the Golden Globes, and she 100% will win it. Tell me I'm wrong.
I can't tell you you're wrong because I think at least that nomination is right, but I'm going to tell you this thing publicly. It is, what's the day of our broadcast? May 14th, 2025. I'm telling you officially, if Howie Mandel gets nominated for Best Podcast at the Golden Globes and we are not, I will attend that ceremony with a blowtorch. You've been warned. LAFD, you've been warned. I'll be there.
Obviously, Las Culturistas will also be nominated and could possibly win over Alex Cooper is the other one. Yeah, 100%.
Maybe.
Right?
Maybe.
Those are my guesses, and I bet you I'm half right with all. I bet you I have multiple ones right there.
Speaking of Las Culturistas, I have to get on my soapbox about one very quick thing. No, it's not even that. And, you know, a lot of people compare us to Las Culturistas, which I understand. We're like too funny.
We laugh at because we're
we're
sure.
Right. We're more like, we're the mean version of that. We're like, I think we should start referring to ourselves as Las Vulturistas, actually, is what this fucking podcast is. Because they have celebrities on to like praise them and talk about, like, we love celebrities as well, but ours is more about like,
to like cut them down, knock them down to the studs.
Yeah. I mean, when people are like, what's the podcast about? And I'm like, well, it's funny, but it's not feel good. So if you like that, come for a few laughs, but you're not. Mel Robbins, we're not here.
No, sure.
But
she's 100% going to be nominated.
Of course she is. Of course.
She's in it.
Why didn't we think about her before?
She's in it.
She's going to win it.
1,000,000% she's in it.
She's going to win and Oprah's going to be her +1. Oprah's going to nominate Mel Robbins for this. Oh, wait. What about Oprah's podcast? Oprah's going to get nominated as well.
Does she even still have one?
Oh, yes.
Like
absolutely.
Super Soul Sunday. Is that
Mel was just on that podcast and I believe sold another 43 quadrillion books.
God.
So the nominees are Smartless, Alex Cooper, Oprah Winfrey, Mel Robbins, and Fixing famous people. I can hear it now.
Can you?
Here are your nominees. Someone call Gold Derby and put us on the odds list because it's going to fucking happen.
My God.
This is the soapbox moment I'm having right now.
Okay, go ahead.
Which I didn't put this in the Pre-Fixe for you, so I know you don't know this is coming. This is my personal message to all celebrities who have written a book, specifically a memoir.
Uh-oh.
When you go on the press tour to promote this memoir, at no point are you allowed to answer an interviewer's question by saying, well, it's in the book, or there's more on that in the book, or like I say in the book, listen to me, specifically Hilaria Baldwin.
I was going to ask if you were talking about Hilaria Baldwin.
This one shows up on the Jenna Bush hour of the Today Show this week. She's co-hosting this week with Matt Rogers from Las Culch. And they are asking her about her accent work. They are asking her about what I believe is called code switching with the accents. And
sure. That's the biggest sure I've ever given on this podcast.
That's what they were calling it. And I even like crinkled my brow. I'm like, is that what we're calling foolishness? Okay. So they're asking her, and Matt in particular is trying gingerly to get out of her, like, why do you do it? How do you talk about it? And she kept shutting it down and saying, it's in the book. We talk about it in the book. Ma'am, you're not here. You're not the one doing the gift here. The Today Show's the one giving you a gift. Yeah. So when you are a celebrity and you appear on a television show to promote your book, you're still on a television show. You still have to entertain the people watching the television show. The goal is to be interesting enough on the television show that someone will buy your fucking book. Like when Cher appears on Regis, they ask her,
and a 5'4" faggot is in the front row, truly having a mental breakdown. I had to do it. Sorry, go ahead.
When Cher shows up on Regis, they ask her about all the bombshells in the book, and she doesn't say it's in the book. She talks
about it. Yes.
You get so excited, you buy the book. You don't have some snobby celebrity sitting there saying it's in the book. Buy the book. I talk about it in the book. Okay, well then write a book to talk about your book and don't come on a TV show to promote it. Get out. That's the end. Now I'm off the box. It pissed me off to no end because I was watching Matt Rogers and Jenna struggle with like, how do we make this interesting if all this woman's going to say is it's in the book? Talk about it.
She can't explain it because even in the book, which I have listened to in full, by the way.
Jesus Christ. That's bravery.
Because I will be going on Glamorous Trash and I will be doing my Monster Memoir correspondence.
I cannot wait.
We're recording soon, very soon. She explains it and it's like, sure, but she's also like, it's the most convoluted thing you've ever heard. But she's like, here's this, like, she has all these references of these other people and she says that she has ADHD and that's like a huge part of it and blah, 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 and this and that. Sure, and P.S. Sure, like, okay, sure, this is the whole thing, but it still doesn't explain that she like has omitted the fact that she grew up in Boston and hasn't corrected anyone that she's like grew up in Spain. Do you know what I mean? That's not even the problem. There's so many problems with this book, and please know that the book starts where she's already dating Alec Baldwin.
Because what was her life before then? It was just her practicing accents for 30 years.
She truly, like, we get like one thing about her growing up in like the final chapter of the book.
The nerve.
The absolute unlitigated audacity that this woman has. And then did you see that she's walking around the streets holding the book?
Yeah,
Did you see this? And she's like, I wrote a book. Meanwhile, all she does in the book is talk about the paparazzi and how they're horrible. And like, she's correct.
They're also all in her favorites on her phone. Every one of them.
But do you know what I mean? It's like, all she does is talk about how horrible the tabloid media is to her. And then she's posing for the paparazzi to say that Did you
see how she was holding the book?
Yes.
She was holding the book with the cover facing out. and front.
And I will say I softened to her a little bit from reading the book. I will say there are parts where I'm like, oh, like that must be really hard and blah, blah, blah. But she dodges like every part that you really want her to talk about. And you're like, oh, I'm finally going to find out like how she was born and like where she was raised and what she did at school and blah, blah, blah. You learn that in like passing at the very end of the book.
A flashback.
A flashback. Like, no, truly. And it's connected to people like saying that she's not Spanish. She connects it all. It's Dominick, you would jump out a window if you read it. It was infuriating to like listen to for like parts of it. Because you want to grab her and you want to shake her and be like, just fucking tell the truth for once and we'll all be on your side.
I want to say one thing and then we'll put a button in her because we're really,
we have to move on.
She's taken over Schmuckers as like the person who we're like trying to rehabilitate the most on this podcast. Yeah. I don't know. I read this and I think I read it in people.com, but you know, Alec Baldwin's daughter with Kim Basinger, Ireland, she has a 2-year-old child. So they technically, Alec Baldwin and Kim Basinger are grandparents to this child.
Sure.
And Hilaria considers herself a grandmother as well and has been saying in interviews, Alec and I are grandparents because she is a step grandmother.
Yeah.
Are you ready? You're not ready for this next sentence, Christopher. You're not ready for it. Brace. When asked what the grandchild calls everybody in the family, the grandchild calls Kim Basinger Meemaw. The grandchild calls Alec Baldwin Peepaw. And the grandchild calls Hilaria Abuelita.
No, that's not real. I'm
not making this up.
That's not real.
I swear on Cher, I'm not making this up. Google
I don't believe you. I do not believe you.
Do we need to stop for 5 minutes so you can Google it? Do you imagine this piece of schwork? Unbelievable. So Ireland Baldwin has to grow up with her father calling her a thoughtless little pig and then having a 35-year-old abuelita as a what? If I'm Ireland Baldwin, I'm taking a one-way ticket out of
the world, like out of reality. Why? Yes. Oh my God. God,
do you think Rachel Dolezal looks at Hilaria Baldwin and is like, what the fuck does society have against me? How is this woman allowed to roam the streets? Unbelievable. That was on purpose, by the way.
Yeah.
Did you see Rachel Dolezal's Mother's Day post with her 3 kids?
Yes. You sent it to me, Dominick. I saw it because it was sent to me by you.
We got to get Rachel back on the list again. I
know. We might need to go back. We might need to just go back again.
Yeah. If Hilaria Baldwin is the Queen of New York, can we give Rachel Dolezal like Murray Hill or Nolita or something? Give her a piece of this pie. Enough is enough.
Oh, God.
Rachel Dolezal suffered enough. Free Rachel Dolezal as long as Hilaria Baldwin is in these streets.
Dominick, I'm not even touching the tip of the iceberg of the things that like are crazy about the memoir.
Are we going to have to do a Patreon where we just, you do Chelsea Devantez's podcast first, and if we feel like there's any garbage left to pick over, we'll do it.
God. It's
wow.
She's a piece of work is what she is. Anyway,
we have really tangented today, but worth it.
No, but Dominick,
we had to get this off our chest.
You want to shake her. Again, every time she appears somewhere, and she's like so smug about it.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, no, just to be truthful. And everyone, like, you don't want to know what's not in her book? How you nabbed Alec at Pure Food and Wine while Sarma was like ordering a Domino's pizza somewhere.
That's the how-to book we want. That's the let them we need.
I'm
this year.
ready.
How do I do that?
I would be knee deep in that. Are you kidding me? I'd be like, my hands would be bleeding from all the page turning I'd be doing.
Yeah. Like, I don't want to know how to change race. I want to know how to find a rich husband. Help me there, Hilaria.
Yeah.
Whew. All right. We got it.
Anywho. But yeah, that will be coming. That will be coming very soon. Watch this.
Please let us all know so we
will.
We can set an alarm for it. Because I really can't wait.
Yeah.
Taylor Swift, I believe, is a singer. She has been subpoenaed in the Blake Lively versus Justin Baldoni case. She has been subpoenaed because of when Justin Baldoni went to Blake Lively's house to talk about script revisions, and Taylor was there submitting her ideas. And so now, as we predicted, by the way, and Rebecca Bregman predicted a year ago or 6 months ago, she's been drawn into this because
And
what I think is that they're hoping.
The statement from her lawyer was
they're furious.
Incredible.
They're
when
furious.
They were like, how dare you put my client in the middle of this for like publicity and for like tabloid headlines, like we will crush you. And I was like, yeah, get her. I was like,
because they're hoping that dragging Tay-Tay into this would have Blake settle, and it doesn't seem like that's going to happen. It seems like, say what you want about Taylor Swift, but she is loyal to that posse, honey. So it seems like she's got Blake's back, and she'll probably show up to the trial.
No, I don't think
so. With a wide brim hat, smacking people. You don't think she'll go?
Didn't they like unfollow them or something? The biggest slap in the face in 2025.
I don't.
She unfollowed
I don't know
them
about
or something. No,
Taylor did.
I think so.
Oh
no, there's like Taylor's like, I can't, like, my image needs to be squeaky clean. She's good at that. Taylor's good at like,
yeah, but how is her image even going to suffer here, really, to me? Like, even if you just live to make fun of Taylor Swift,
it's not,
she's just reading her friend's script and like giving notes. Like,
sure. Yeah.
Gives a shit, you know?
But if she's had to fight the mean girl, which we have called her on this podcast before, she had to fight the mean girl persona. This could really fuck her shit up. You know what I mean?
I don't know. I feel like she's almost invincible at this point.
She is, but like if we get text messages released of her being like, I know, isn't that so fucking stupid? Blah, blah, blah.
Fantasy.
That's bad. You know what I mean? Like, that's rough.
The real question here is, what does Ireland Baldwin's child call Taylor Swift, really? What's Spanish for auntie? Is that it?
Abuelita.
Tia?
I can't.
Tia Tay-Tay? Hola, Tia Tay-Tay.
Meanwhile, Dominick, like when she explains, like we grew up speaking both English and Spanish in my house. She says, if you started a sentence in one language, you had to finish it in that language. That makes all the sense in the world of why she's a fucking weirdo. Right?
Yes and no, I guess. But I don't know.
Like, it makes some sense of it, at least, right?
I bet she has siblings that are not in the same boat as she is.
No, they
all live in problem.
They all live in Spain.
All of her siblings.
She says her parents and her siblings all live in Spain.
Mallorca-ish?
I don't know.
Is that where she grew up?
I don't know. But do you know what I'm saying? Like, that makes sense to me. Like, why did she do this to nab Alec Baldwin after he was lusting after Salma Hayek after she was a guest star on 30 Rock? Yes.
Salma Hayek, by the way, who is one of four, she is one of the 4 Sports Illustrated swimsuit covers this year. That's a story we were going to talk about in a few minutes. She is 58 years old. She is rocking a 2-piece on the cover of SI, and I would lust after her. If I had a spouse, I would leave that person for Salma Hayek. She is a dream. The other 3 women, one is a model and 2 are athletes, and I apologize that I don't remember their names, but Salma Hayek is the star of the 4 of them, and she looks fantastic. I'm glad you mentioned Salma Hayek to get us away from Hilaria.
I'm sorry.
No, don't be sorry. But you know what? A good segue here, Christopher, is that if you do spend part of your life pretending to have an accent that's not naturally yours, there is hope for you later in life. I present to you Madonna as that person.
On. Yes. I'm so sorry to go back, but I just clicked on the swimsuit edition. She looks so fucking good.
Oh, she's a goddess.
Her tits are they're in the heavens. They are like truly with Katy Perry up in space, and like she's wearing a body chain, and literally
her breasts are on her collarbone. It's unnatural, but somehow arousing. It really is.
She's so gorgeous. Like, I mean, it's pathetic that we even like exist in the same planet as her. Oh my God, she looks so good. Anyway,
that's hyperbolic, but sure. I think we're allowed to live on the same planet as Salma Hayek.
Okay.
And all of her homeopathic people who are keeping her, who gave her that death becomes her potion.
Yeah.
Madonna. So finally we get the long-awaited answer to, is there going to be a movie about Madonna's life? We've been talking about this for years, and finally it is announced there will be a Netflix series, a limited series about Madonna, which she will obviously be executive producing. I honestly, as much as I would have loved a feature film about this, I think this is a great way to go.
I like series because you can like do all these different things. Like it could be like The Crown, where it's like we go to different eras and different seasons, you know?
So it's not sure like who's writing it. Madonna did co-write the script for the feature film, which I'm assuming they're basing this on. So no word on casting, no word on how many episodes, but that is the decision. And I bet I would have loved to have been in the room when it came to Madonna that it should be a series instead of a feature film, because I bet that was a hard decision to make. Because I think this would have been a blockbuster film, but it'll be a blockbuster series.
There's so many different things you can do. Because you can do like Truth or Dare for a couple episodes, but then you can fast forward to like something else. You know what I mean?
The truth is, a series about Madonna's life could realistically run for many years. If you did 10 episodes a year, even if you did one season based around the time period of each tour that she's done, it could run for 8-9 years and not even be boring. Maybe that's what will happen. Maybe it'll start out as like a White Lotus thing, and people will be like, oh, we have many more years of this. Yeah.
Or even if it's like 3 seasons, it's like early, then it's like in her white hot peak, you know what I mean? Like, which is like the Truth or Dare tour, like that tour, and like Blind Ambition and all that. And then it's like her like post, like older.
I mean,
Madonna.
All of it. There's so many.
Like, it's like you can even do 3, and that's 3 like solid seasons right there.
I wonder if they should do this with Cher. There hasn't been word much. There's supposed to be a Cher feature film as well.
I know,
but that's
like,
been sort of quiet because the second half of the book is coming out in November, and I think once that's out, they might revisit.
And Julia Garner has to do this, right?
There's no word on casting. I mean,
quite literally no one else. Like it's made for her.
She's already got a great rep with Netflix. Ozark made her a star, and it would be nice to see her come home to play Madonna. Yeah, other than an unknown, I can't think of a single other actress that would be more perfect for it.
No, and Julia Garner's like actually a really good actor, and so she could really do it. It wouldn't be like a stunt casting situation.
Speaking of stunt casting,
here we go. I'm already mad about it. We've already talked at length about it.
The trailer dropped yesterday for the new Ryan Murphy Hulu series called All's Fair. It's about a divorce lawyer firm that's run entirely by and for women. It stars such Hollywood and Ryan Murphy luminaries as Glenn motherfucking Close, Sarah Paulson, Naomi Watts, Niecy Nash Betts. When you watch this trailer, you will draw breath when you see cameos from the likes of Elizabeth Showgirls Berkley.
Period. Jessica Louise Simpson.
Yes. I mean, that I almost fainted when I saw Jessica
I know. And it's just enough in it that you know that it's her with those lips.
So the trailer it's so good. It's very Ryan Murphy, but it's also very delicious and seductive.
I know, it looks really well shot. Like it looks
really fantastic.
It looks fantastic.
And the one thing that we've left out is that the central character, the above the title name, is Kimberly Kardashian, taking jobs from out of work actors. When I saw Kim Kardashian was in this, I thought, and who's shooting it? Bradley Cooper. What do we can actors act? Please.
This is the thing. I'm pre-mad about this already, and I've literally seen 30 seconds of her in it. You know that these absolute titans of acting are gonna have to act around her. And I'm mad for them already. Like pre-mad and post-mad because they had to do it already. And mad, know what I'm saying? I'm post-mad for them because this happened.
Already mad for the okay, all right.
I'm mad for the actors. I'm mad for us as an audience where it's going to be like Glenn Close. Like living legend icon Glenn Close having to be like, let me like do this okay so that Kim doesn't look like a fucking idiot because I'm a real actor and will like level out the performance. Know what I'm saying?
Yeah, how much is this? Is not Space Camp. It's a television show. Let someone else do. I don't know why I'm so. I can't even explain why I'm so
furious.
Am I jealous?
I'm furious about it because I fucking hate her now.
Tom
I hate her so much.
who with the Good Judy's podcast, he summed up my thoughts in his Instagram story. He was like, I in no way support any of Kim Kardashian's endeavors. However, I'm already addicted to this because the trailer's that good.
And everyone else in it looks incredible.
Everybody. It's like it looks like a series from Ryan Murphy that made you fall in love with Ryan Murphy. It's almost like a return to form. It's very bitchy.
I know, because I'm over his stuff. Like The Swans was not it. As I said, we've said before, but like that really turned me off with him. And I was like, this really, like for real.
There are always one or two people who come after us when we talk negatively about Kimberly. And here's the thing. I know she's a lovely person.
Literally don't care.
many people I know who have worked with her. Teresa Caputo, Kim was not on our show, but she read Kim, and everyone has said that she's just absolutely lovely. And the issue is not who she is as a person. The issue is, you're already so famous. Give it to someone else. No. I would have loved to have seen Elizabeth Berkley in the part that Kim Kardashian's playing.
And
give someone a comeback.
My issue is when you're like one of the richest people in the world and there's so much horrible shit going on, you then do like a photo shoot where you look like a fucking slore bag on a Cybertruck with these like
bag.
using her own words. The Cybertruck and the weird like Tesla robot thing and all this bullshit. She's such an asshole.
I forgot that pushed you. That Tesla ad pushed you over the edge. Yeah.
Like on site forever death with her. For real.
I do still feel like mildly bad for her. I'm sure Kris Jenner must wake up every single day saying, why didn't I do enough to get Kanye West to not marry her instead of
they loved it. What are you
rolling the red carpet?
What are you talking about?
He released a song this week called Heil Hitler.
I'm aware.
That none of the streaming platforms are playing. And it's this is the father of many of your grandchildren. Kris Jenner must feel terrible about getting these two together. She must. And I'll never believe it wasn't her handiwork.
I hope so. By the way, I would hope.
They didn't meet at a Chick-fil-A. You know what I mean? This was an arranged situation. While we're talking about Kimberly, by the way, she is currently in Paris testifying.
I saw that. I am interested in her testimony.
1,000%. I'll look at every alert.
Can't stand her, but I am tuning in for
if you don't know what we're talking about, certainly you remember when Kim was married to Kanye, they were in Paris, and in the middle of the night, they were robbed. They were held at gunpoint and tied up and robbed, and it was very traumatic.
Writing a book. That one of the guys is like writing a book. Yes.
No, I didn't know that.
One of the like assailants is writing a book being like, I was like conned into doing this. And it's a whole thing.
Sure. Okay. Sure.
An ebook. It's like the word book, I'm using it the most loosely defined.
Sure.
Much like Hilaria Baldwin wrote a book, like this man wrote a book.
I learned two new things today. First of all, Kimberly showed up with $1.5 million of jewels on to testify at her trial, as if to say,
asshole.
I will not. I will now be more of a target. Rob me now, Paris. And the second thing is that the team of people who robbed her were all in their 60s and 70s.
Yes.
Did not know this.
Yeah.
Hilarious.
Yeah.
Like the cast of Cocoon robbed Kim Kardashian in Paris.
Dominick, a gun is a great equalizer.
I guess
like
it is.
Did hold, I mean, to be fair, they did hold her at gunpoint and rob her. Like, it's not like they were like, let's get her and like came with their walkers and were like hitting her with a cane.
They weren't pointing their penises at her. They had actual weapons. Like everything was hard and working.
Yes.
All right. Goodbye, Kim.
We are terrible.
Kim, go in the corner with Hilaria. We're getting too angry about all these women.
I'm like furious at her. And everything she does, it recently has just been like piling on like my fury of her.
I have an antidote for your fury right now.
Okay.
It has been announced, there will be a television Wicked special this fall with Cynthia Erivo and Ariana Grande. I don't know the details. I just know that it has begun. We're in Wicked season now. Hear it, May 14th. It's already been around, but now we're here in earnest for Wicked 2, Electric Boogaloo. And as if that wasn't enough to wet your whistle, it is announced yesterday that Cynthia Erivo will be appearing on the West End in Dracula in 2026. And she will be playing all 24 roles.
Oh, is that real?
Yes. It is brought to you by Kip. Maybe his last name is Weller. Forgive me if I don't know, but it's the same person who did Sarah Snook is on Broadway now in Picture of Dorian Gray. And she's playing all 26 parts in that. It's from the same mind of the same person.
First and foremost, should we go see the Picture of Dorian Gray?
We should, because everyone I know.
Should that be a on the company card situation? I feel like
100%.
It might need to be. We might need to just go see it just to be able to talk about it here.
Everyone I know who sees everything on Broadway has said that it's great.
Yeah.
My best friend Mark, who's one of the only opinions I trust, but Mark said it was great. And so I will trust, because it's not just one insane person on a dark stage walking around like changing wigs for 2 hours.
No, I picture it literally being like, blop, here's a hat. Like, and then like the glasses with the nose and the mustache. Do you know what I mean? Like she like,
that,
puts that
what
on.
you're describing is Howie Mandel's picture of Jordan. What they do, it's sort of like a reinvention of theater. Like there's video screens. Some of the performances are
like holograms. Like holograms are coming in.
Yeah, I don't know about holograms, but there's a lot of video and audio work, and it's supposed to be fantastic.
Yeah,
and she's likely going to win the Tony in a few weeks. Sarah Snook for Best Actress in Play. We should go.
We should go. But
and then Cynthia will win the Olivier, and then come here and win the Tony for Dracula.
We might need to fly to the West End to go see our girl. Just you and I.
What was that?
A little known song called Defying Gravity. Maybe you've heard of it, Dominic.
You went for one of the less popular bridges in the song. I wasn't aware what you were going for.
Okay.
If you had started with Defying Gravity, I would have known. But once you went into that moment, but now I'm feeling it. Now I'm regretful. I couldn't.
Please know, everyone, that I've been up to stuff in the Wicked world that I'm not allowed to talk about. That feels like a dream. That's all.
I can't wait for you to talk about what I know you're talking about now. I'm anxious for you to talk about.
And I just need you to know, guys, it's gonna be great. The second movie is gonna be great. That's all I have to say. Anyway, moving on. We're going we have to go see them like before, we have to do like the DGA like we did last time. Like we have my calendar is going to be so full in November. It's going
to be wicked. It's going to be wicked.
It's going to be wicked.
All right, let's talk about Kelly Clarkson. People are saying that she wants out of the talk show. She wants to spend time with her kids. She's done a few years in New York. She did a few years of it in LA. And it's a grind. A daytime talk show, as we know, is a grind for most of the year. You're talking about 180, 190 episodes. It's a lot of fucking work. And she might be over it. So apparently there's a list floating around of people that they might want to replace Kelly. And on that list is none other than our girl, Hoda Kotb, who just left a job at NBC to sort of relax. So maybe she's done relaxing and wants to do it. Who knows?
I'm into it, but like I think the point of why people like Kelly Clarkson is because she sings on the show so much and has like other singers that are like, you relate to me because we both do this, right?
Right. And they don't have that terroristic tunnel that they do on the Jennifer Hudson.
Yeah, sure.
Show, you know what I mean? Where they
terroristic
where they knocked down Kathy Bates and kicked her in the neck. Go on.
But like, have you ever seen the one where it's like they play like 2 bars of like a song and you have to start singing it? And it's like,
no,
she does this thing where it's like they play like 3 notes and you have to guess what it is. And it was her and Anne Hathaway. And like Anne Hathaway gets it every time. And Kelly's like, how are you doing this so fast? And the last one that they do is Since You've Been Gone. And and Anne Hathaway's like, since you've been gone, and then Kelly falls on the ground. Like that's amazing. Like that's
Anne Hathaway turned it. She turned it. It was a great moment.
Yeah, she's an incredible singer.
Yeah,
that is fun. That's different. That's Sherry Shepherd can't do that. Do you know what I mean? Like
they're gonna get Kelly to stay. They're gonna do something. Like if they have to do the show from her house, they're gonna get her to stay.
Sure. Do what like Guy Fieri does and just like build a like studio in your house. Know what I mean?
Yeah.
When they go to that ranch that he owns or whatever, and like they have to cook.
They'll do it.
Like that's so fun. Like if it's not her, it needs to be like another singer. Like it needs to be a Kelly Clarkson like contemporary that can come. Who could that be? Like it's not Hoda.
Just Lord. I'm just kidding. Can you imagine? I can't.
I can't imagine.
Host the show from behind a tree. Bjork. Have Bjork do it. Lord and Bjork should co-host that show, the new Kelly Clarkson show.
Dear God. It would be like an acid trip turns into.
They'll have to have Andy Cohen on standby every day in case Lord and Bjork are like, we don't want to leave the tree.
Hassan, I told you Hassan went to like under the K Bridge for like a Bjork concert, and he said she was like literally behind like a hedgerow and was just like doing a DJ set, but like you only saw, she was like, what's his name in Home Improvement, where you just saw her eyes. Like it was like,
oh my God.
And he said you couldn't even see her, and she was just like doing a DJ set, like being crazy. Anyway.
Let's bang through a couple of things.
We're blabbing away, Dominic. What do we think this is?
We got to get to our vital messages, and then we're going to fix Katharine McPhee. It's a real fun episode. And next week, by the way, by popular, and I mean like violently popular demand, we are fixing Rosie O'Donnell. And that was such a fun episode. Week after that, we are fixing Hilary Duff. So there are your programming notes for the Weeks. Well, since we've last been with you, Barry Diller has announced that he's gay. Also, water is still wet. Like, honey, why even fucking bother?
Don't even say
why
anything.
bother?
What's he doing trying to get on the dating apps to see what's up?
No, but it's just like, he's married to Diane von Furstenberg. They have like an arrangement. Okay. Not a single person was surprised. Not a single person. Like if Barry Diller goes on a book tour and says, this is all in the book, we're going to be like, we have eyes and ears. We've known you were gay. Yeah. Like who else is gay? Dominick Pupa? Chris DeRosa? Like no shit.
Oh, God.
Anyway, I'd say welcome to the party, but
Hugh Jackman?
I've heard enough stories that Barry Diller was the party and always has been for decades. Sure. So yeah, welcome to nothing. Enjoy the book. Speaking of the West End and musicals, there will be a Shaka Khan musical.
Love that.
Which will debut next year in the West End. Love Shaka Khan. Can't wait for that to come here. While we're talking about musicians and things that make you go, 911 Nashville will be dropping next season on, I guess, ABC. A reminder that this is a Ryan Murphy production, isn't it? All the 911s, yes. Aren't they all Ryan Murphy?
They are.
Someone we recently fixed on this very broadcast will be headlining 911 Nashville, Leanne Louise Rimes.
Our influence.
Actress and singer, or singer and now actress, Leanne Rimes. I mean, she has acted before, right? This is not, I'm just
in Lifetime movies where she found Eddie Cibrian's penis.
Oh, that's right. The acting is, I wonder who she's going to, I wonder whose marriage she'll destroy on 911 Nashville. Good luck, Leanne. May the odds ever be. If your husband is co-starring with Leanne, I get an attorney. Some programming notes for other programs. Law & Order SVU and Law & Order Flagship have been renewed for their 27th and 25th seasons, respectively.
Wow.
My favorite fucking show of the year, Beyond the Gates, the new CBS daytime soap opera, renewed for a second season.
Yeah.
And The Studio on Apple TV Plus, which, have you watched yet? The Seth Rogen show?
No, I haven't watched anything because I have not had the time, but it's on the list.
That's true. You've been working, unlike myself. That has been renewed for a second season as well. What has been canceled after one season? Suits LA has been canceled.
What a
Why,
surprise.
you may ask? Because you didn't get Meghan Markle to go on it. Because if Meghan Markle was on Suits LA,
we would all be watching it.
It would have gotten a season 2 pickup before the credits rolled on the premiere. This is still why you let this happen. I have no idea.
And what I will say to you is that it needed to be on Netflix.
To be a little racier. It needed
to be a Netflix show. Not even that, but just because that's where the kids are watching it. They can't get to NBC.
Right. They don't even know how.
They don't know what that is.
That's a rotary phone for Gen Z.
They're like non-binary something. You know what I mean? They're like, what's NBC?
Children. Non-binary children.
Children? Yes. They're like, huh? They don't get the National Broadcasting Corporation is not what they know. You know what I'm saying?
Uh-huh.
So that if it was a Netflix show, they could just pop right on over from Suits to Suits LA. And that was the problem. That was the problem. It was still made for me and you, and it should have been made for the 16-year-olds that are binging it.
Yeah. No, it's true. It's true.
Anywho.
A couple of other things got canceled for those of you who care. Lopez versus Lopez. I guess this George Lopez show has been on for a couple of years. Never heard of it. And the reboot of Night Court was canceled as well. I feel like I know some people, maybe Rebecca Bregman cares about it, maybe one or two other people. One last thing before we get to vital messages, and we hope you come to the a la carte. Apple TV Plus has announced there will be a limited series about icons, gay icons, tiger icons, plastic surgery icons, and just icons in general. Siegfried and Roy. In those roles, Jude Law and Andrew Garfield. Hand out the Emmys. I'm done.
Yeah. No,
I want to see a deep sex scene between these two.
It'll be really, really, really hard to fuck that up.
I mean, I'm so excited about the casting because I love each of these gentlemen so much. I think they're both, in addition to both being gorgeous, they're both fantastic actors, especially Andrew Garfield.
Yeah.
In our group chat, of course, there was some debate about whether or not Andrew Garfield is or is not one of us, meaning me and you.
He is.
But I will.
I mean, he is. I'm sorry.
See, I don't think Andrew Garfield's gay at all. I think he's someone who can play gay and is very in touch with it in order to
be
get women.
Yeah,
That's what I think he does.
Sure.
I think he's more of a Nick Jonas in that way.
Sure.
Like, oh, you're doing everything you can. Oh, but then you married the world's most beautiful woman. Okay, maybe not.
Yeah. Okay, that's fair.
Stay tuned for the a la carte. We will talk about briefly the Diddy trial there, because to be honest, most of it has been turning my fucking stomach when I read about it.
I don't like it.
Maybe we won't even talk about it. Maybe you guys can just Google that stuff if you're interested. I don't even want to talk about it.
No,
I will say though, biggest high five and hug to Cassie Ventura, who's been on the stand for 2 days. That's actual bravery. It's a word we make fun of on the show, but that's like, she's pregnant and she's on the stand talking about this fucking monster that she was with all these years. So maybe that's the whole update, is that Cassie Ventura is an American hero, and this trial can't be over soon enough because it's sort of sickening. And that's that. But what will we talk about on the a la carte? Oh, a couple of things. The Battle of the Beckhams continues. There's a Honey Boo Boo movie. There's a reality show. There's a reality show coming out about Nelly and Ashanti. Not sure how to feel about that.
Yeah,
Peacock.
me either.
And people have started seeing the new Mission Impossible movie, which I know Chris would rather eat glass than see, but I am fully boned. And I cannot wait because they say they're using the word masterpiece. Is what they're saying about Mission Impossible.
Oh, brother. 44. Mission Impossible 44, as you called it earlier.
And the world is increasingly nervous about Rachel Ray. If she's sick and it's none of our business, I apologize. She's appearing off kilter now on the stuff that she's doing, and people are starting to get like genuinely concerned. So we hope she's okay. I know she's a sort of like a lover or hater kind of person, but I got to be honest, I've always been so tickled by her, like the original her, just being so loud and so unlike everyone else in that space.
30-minute meals changed food television.
It changed it all. Yeah, she's a pioneer woman.
Sure did. Okay. Anywho.
That's it. So first we have some vital messages. Then we have Katharine McPhee. And then you should go to the Patreon if you haven't yet and sign up for it, because we talked so much about Hilaria Baldwin and Kim Kardashian that today's a la carte is probably going to be 3 hours long. We'll drive you to work every day this week. And we love you. We'll see you in a minute.
Dominick.
Christopher.
Today we have not only a listener, not only my first podcast consulting client to launch her podcast. But we have the host that you'll very soon know well from her podcast, Smash Hit. It's Margaret Knudsen. Thank you for being here.
Thank you. It's a pleasure to be here today.
Congratulations, by the way, on your
Thank
new
you so
podcast.
much.
Congrats. And congrats to you, Chris, for seeing one of your babies leave the nest. I think this is fantastic.
Thank you. Tell us a little bit about Smash Hit right off the bat. I mean, I think people can guess speaking of who we're fixing today and what the title is, I think people can guess about what the podcast is about.
Yeah, sure. Absolutely. So Smash Hit is a rewatch podcast for the 2012 to 2013 short-lived TV musical Smash that was starring Katharine McPhee and Megan Hilty. And it is a moment in time. So there's lots of like horrible outfits from 2012, lots of singing, lots of drama.
If you're a millennial, like, you must be sedated when you watch it, because the wardrobe alone is the most triggering thing that you will ever experience. Period.
It's horrible.
And I wish I was joking at all. I am not. Like, remember when we were wearing business casual to the club? Like, they're wearing that. Like, it is rough.
I happened to be rewatching it for the first time in 12 years, and Chris did the call out looking for podcast clients, and I just thought, this needs to be a podcast. I want to hear what my favorite podcast hosts have to say about the show, and Smash Hit was born.
Boom.
Well, I will say this about you, Margaret, is that sometimes we have guests come on this show and they are knowledgeable about the people we are fixing. They are enthusiastic in either direction about the people they're fixing. And then there are people that send what can only be described as a manifesto before appearing on our broadcast. And this morning I awake to, well, I don't know if I awoke. I was up earlier because it was sent at 12:30. But looking forward to this afternoon, I made a burn book / timeline about Katharine McPhee. And it is, I will say, although I'm snarkily calling it a manifesto, it does not include any superfluous information.
No, it's
tight.
straight to the point.
It is a tight, now it's on the computers. I don't know how many pages it is. It looks like a tight 2.5 pages, I'm going to say, like very digestible is what I want to say. So thank you for this manifesto, but like a manifesto light is what it is,
Thank
which
you.
I appreciate.
It's also what we like to call on this podcast, the Lana Del research. And you did the Lana Del research on Katharine McPhee, period, dot. Okay.
Now, at this point in our broadcast, as you know, we do the middle name game up top, where we have our guest and Christopher guess what the middle name is of the person we're fixing. Given the subject of your podcast and the manifesto sent to us today, do you already know Katharine McPhee's middle name?
I do. I'm too deep. I know it.
It's totally fine.
I don't.
We want everyone to play. So first we're going to play with Christopher only. Please guess Katharine McPhee's middle name. She is, what comes after Pisces? Aries? No.
Aries. Yes.
Okay.
Pisces
She's
is
an
Zen.
Aries. She's born March 25th, 1984. She is 40 years of age. Excuse me. By the time this airs, she'll be 41 years of age. She's born in Los Angeles, California. And Katharine and McPhee are her biological first and last names. Christopher, please guess Katharine McPhee's middle name.
I jokingly want to guess Marilyn. I know that that's not it because there's no way that we would not have discussed that on your podcast. Like, there's just no way. Like, I want to jokingly say Marilyn. I know that that's wrong. The name Beverly is coming to me, and I know that that's also wrong, but I'm going to say Beverly.
Someone has been guessing Beverly on at least every other week this year on this podcast.
It will one day work. I know it will. One day it'll be a Beverly.
She is actually Katharine Hope McPhee.
Oh, I never was going to guess Hope. So there you go.
But I'm insisting that when our guest knows the middle name, I still need them to play a game.
They still need to play a game. Okay.
Yeah, they still need to play. So what we're going to do is, oh, you know what? You probably already know this one too. Do you know Megan Hilty's middle name?
No, I don't.
The celebrity. No. Great. So Megan Hilty, Katharine's co-star on Smash, for those of you listening who may not know, she is the celebrity that I most closely associate with Katharine McPhee, other than David Foster, but I don't care what David Foster's middle name is.
We'll get there, by the way.
Yeah. Well, how can you not? So we'll speak Megan Hilty, currently appearing on Broadway in Death Becomes Her. She was the Dolly Parton role in the Broadway musical 9 to 5. And of course, famously, she appeared in Smash. Megan Hilty, born March 29th, 1981. So she, at the time of this broadcast airing, is 44 years old, born in Bellevue, Washington. Megan and Hilty do seem to be her legal first and last names. What is Megan Hilty's? Oh, the same sign as Katharine McPhee, too, both Aries. What is Megan Hilty's middle name?
I'm going Jean.
Oh, beautiful guess. Christina.
Are you ready? Are you ready for salts? It's Katharine.
No.
Yep.
But how does she spell it? Because I will say, Chris, on the Google invite, you spelled her name wrong.
Oh, is it not K? Is it not Katharine?
So
with
it is
K?
with the K, but she puts an A instead of the E at the. So she is like kind of the pretentious way to spell it.
Katharine, like Katharine Hepburn.
Brother with that, by the way.
So that
God.
tracks.
Okay, well, gonna have to make sure I make the episode correct.
Megan Katharine Hilty spells her name Katherine.
There we go.
Thank you.
And I had to hunt for it.
Proving that she's better than Katharine McPhee in every single way, doesn't she?
It was not on the Wikipedia page. I had to hunt down to find that middle name. So my exposure to Katharine McPhee, like most people, I knew her from American Idol. She did win her year, correct?
No.
She
came in to Taylor Hicks. Pardon me. Right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Superstar, mega superstar, Taylor Hicks.
Yeah,
exactly.
Very well-known singer and yeah.
Who was also married to David Foster at some point. She lost to Taylor Hicks, but I know her from that and then from Smash and the tabloids. That's my extent. I want to be honest with the two of you right up front. I am the person who's watched Smash the least of the three of us. And by the least, I mean...
Good for you, by the way.
I watched the first 2 episodes and I tried to, at the time, like in 2012 when it was on, I don't know why I couldn't get into it. I was an American Idol queen. I am a theater queen. I'm a musical theater queen. I will listen to your podcast, Margaret, to find out why this is the case. I have no plans to see Smash the Broadway musical. It didn't sing to me. I didn't dislike it, but I just was not into it, which is weird. I don't know why. Do you feel like you're a fan of Katharine McPhee's or an anti-fan? Because I don't know. We've just met for the first time.
I'm going to go in the middle. So like when I first watched Smash in 2012, I thought she was horrible. Like I thought she ruined the show for me, but I do love her voice. And then rewatching it, I love hearing her sing. I think she's got a gorgeous voice, but I wouldn't say I'm a fan. But Chris and I like briefly emailed about this, and I am on the like, I think I want more for her side of things as we're fixing her today versus like, I think Chris feels very different.
I want to bring her down to the studs.
Christopher, what has she done to you that you are this enraged
We'll get there.
by her?
We'll get there. The David Foster of it all makes me want to like get her, but we'll get there.
Well, if we just refer to the Knudsen
dossier,
is it, the dossier, yes, absolutely.
If we refer to the Lana Del research.
Well, I mean, I'm sure this will not surprise Margaret about the things I'm gravitating to on the manifesto she sent. Like, obviously, like we all know her from 2006 being the runner-up on American Idol. However, perhaps the most important thing
yes, correct.
Katharine McPhee has ever done is go to high school with Meghan Markle, the Duchess of Schmuckers. Excuse me, Megan Sussex, the Duchess of Schmuckers.
I was stunned when I found that out.
Wow. As Chris would say,
was she at the wedding?
Borat, wowie wee wow.
Wowie wee wow.
She was not at the wedding. Not at the wedding, but if you further in the dossier, we will see that they've like reconnected. But I do have to say, missed opportunity from Megan Sussex to not have her high school friend that she started musicals with on her show with Love Megan.
Of course. They probably
maybe
didn't like each other.
Maybe she's in second season, but
yeah,
I like that would have been fun.
I know. But it's like she can't. But Megan makes every decision wrong when it comes to this. So, of course, that would be good so that's why it didn't happen, because that would be a good idea to be like, remember in high school when we did this thing? And she was like, yeah, we're not seeing that with Love Megan anytime soon. Don't you worry about that. This is the most important thing to me. Her mother is a very well-known vocal coach that has a connection to Amelia Perez. Can we go there?
Yes, absolutely.
Was she prepping Zoe Saldana to sing my favorite song of all time, Penis to Vagina?
So you know the lady who got up and accepted the award and then sang?
Don't
awkwardly.
Even tell me that was Katharine McPhee's mother. I will literally kill me.
It was not, but it was a student of her mom's.
No.
Yes.
Wow.
So then on Instagram,
that
Katharine McPhee
woman, that
was like,
woman I wanted to strangle.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh my God.
And that's the other thing. Like, and I watched American Idol, and of course, like Chris, you and I were similar age. So I think I was like 11 when it was airing. So I don't like the details are fuzzy, but I feel like with Katharine, they tried to make her seem like they plucked her out of obscurity. And here was this like girl singing Somewhere Over the Rainbow. And then it turns out her mom is like a revered LA vocal coach.
I remember her being like from like nowhere, Arkansas. And maybe that's because I'm mixing her up with her character on Smash. But like, I remember her being like Kelly Clarkson, like this little like podunk woman that like would just
and like Carrie Underwood. They used to kind of
but she's
like
not.
Her
She's
Carrie
like
Underwood.
She's like a Nepo baby American Idol. Like she's a Nepo baby, technically.
Exactly.
Like if it comes to like singing, you know? But I remember whenever Smash was coming out, it was like introducing Katharine McPhee was the way that they put it in like the trailer, as if we didn't know who she was. Which to me was very funny. She's reinvented herself enough times to still be relevant today. Like we have current things to talk with her about, which I think is like, you can't say for like 99% of the people that were on American Idol, let alone like the runner-ups. Justin Guarini is not checking in on us weekly, telling us like what he's doing with his life. You know what I mean?
No, like I feel like there's a top 10, whether or not they've won Idol or not, but I feel like there's always like a rotating top 10 of like anyone you would A, remember, or B, give a shit about in either direction from that show.
Yeah.
But she's always in it. I mean, I think from the moment she won, she's sort of been in it. Like love her or hate her, like Smash was, she's done a lot of notable things. We're back in the aughts again, which is becoming a recurring theme in 2025. But she's one of these aughts celebrities who was at the beginning of like the insane internet gossip cycle. Like I don't remember her being abused by Perez Hilton that much, but she became popular at the time when it was the Perez era, basically, where we were sort of lionizing these celebrities in a different way. And after, I know she did a couple of things after she was the runner-up on American Idol, but she then very, very quickly became more known for her personal life than her career, because not too long after American Idol, she married someone who was nearly 20 years older than she was. And the blogs went bonkers because of it, because she was very much like, vocal coach or not, she was being positioned as America's sweetheart. And then she was like, well, watch this. Yeah. America's sweetheart with a daddy complex, maybe, which, by the way, there's nothing wrong with. But she just, I think,
you of all people should not be.
Please, but my children, please. But she definitely did not. I think it's because she didn't seem like the type.
Again, yes. And how they were positioning her. Because I remember with her first marriage, they're like, well, where would she even meet this older producer, blah, blah, blah. And knowing now what we know, it's like she was in these circles. She's probably like known him for a while. And I, like, tinfoil hat, I'm also wondering like her timeline of when she met David Foster. Like, does it even go further back than we think it does?
We will 100% get there because he plays.
I mean, is there a Celine Renee comparison coming up later in this broadcast? Yeah. Was she a child, an actual child? Will you clarify this for me? The two of you are both nodding. People can't see you, but you're both champing at that bit to dive into it, which we'll get there.
But she marries this guy that's like 20 years older than her. It's weird. Everyone's like, this is weird, but whatever. I mean, whatever. It is what it is. And then she goes on Smash. She's like the main character of the show, for better or for worse, with like people like Angelica Houston being on this show.
Yeah, like megastars.
Living legend Angelica Houston, and including like all these Broadway people, all this. It's just like a very odd place for her to go, because it's like Megan Hilty is on camera. Like, I'm meeting Megan Hilty on my TV, which like she's a Broadway person. Christian Borle is like in this show. The one guy that ends up playing is in like Hamilton is in this show. Like Deborah Messing, who's a humongous star, is in this show. It's all these humongous stars, and then like she's the one at the bit. Like, it's very odd to me that she gets cast in any of these things. And again, like, we've yet to see one of her things like be successful, right?
I don't know. Did you think it was odd at the time? Like, was it odd at the time, do you think? Because I remember at the time just thinking like, oh, this is a great booking for her. Like, this is the next step.
Sure, but it was to me, it was like, oh, they're really trying to make her a thing, is the kind of like thing that I got from it. I don't know, Margaret, what do you think?
It felt random just because it had been 6 years and they were sort of pretending like she, like, this huge discovery, Katharine McPhee, even though she had really been around for 6 years. And I think it's also worth noting the money that was put into Smash trying to like get this thing to be a hit. That the pilot was $7.5 million, which I think now in like 2025 money is like $10.5 million. And each episode was $3.5 million to produce. So they really were trying to make her a thing.
We're in like 4 little scenes. Like, it doesn't look like
it's a rehearsal room.
Yeah, they're in a rehearsal room that we could rent right now for like $100 an hour. And then like, that's what they're shooting in. And then like random like apartment sets. That's it. It's like not like, you don't see, like when you watch The Crown, you're like, wow, this is so expensive. You know what I mean? When you're watching like, I don't know, you know what I mean? When you're watching like these humongous shows where you're like, you see like every single detail of everything. This show looks like it was shot for like $100,000 an episode.
Right. Well, you know, it actually makes sense because a lot of that money was probably going to the music and rights. Well, that too, but like the music too. Whenever you have like something musical, that's a whole other. It's a whole hidden set of charges. But
you're right.
Maybe that's why the show looked like such shit, because everything was for.
Because they're like, we need to sing. Well, and the show like even exists because Glee was successful.
Interesting. Yeah,
like,
I've forgotten about that.
It's off the back of Glee. They're like, oh, people want musicals again. And I think the fun thing that's funny is like the conceit of the show is that like they would then put this musical that they're making on Broadway in real life. They really tried to make her a thing here. They really tried to make her a thing on American Idol, obviously. Then I'm seeing in the Lana Del research that she's on a show called Scorpion, which I do remember this, and from 2014 to 2018 that was on. And that's like a year after Smash. Like she goes from like this show being canceled because no one's watching it, so then like being in it, like I think it was on CBS. Am I wrong?
Yeah.
She's one of those people that's like famous, quote unquote, for being on like network television shows that like I've never seen.
True.
Like Mark Harmon is one of these people. Do you know what I mean? That's like, oh, you're on like NCIS for 9 million years and are like a bajillionaire, but like I've never seen. You've been in one movie and that movie was Freaky Friday. Does that make sense? Like, as like the dad that's like dating Jamie Lee Curtis. Like, and then you're in NCIS for the rest of your life and has never been in it. Like Ellen Pompeo finally getting to do the Natalia Grace show is like, she's one of those. And it's like Katharine's like trying to be one of those because she just like, I don't know. It's like,
but she hasn't hit her stride yet. It seems like she can get like a 4-year gig, but we haven't seen this like longevity yet.
I'm still surprised, but although I know you've jumped ahead a little bit here, but we should talk about what happened before she joined the Scorpion television show, which is, according to the dossier we received this morning from our guest, a torrid affair with one of the directors of Smash.
I totally forgot about this until I was doing my research.
While she was apparently separated from her older husband, she had an affair, and this was caught on camera? I don't remember this at all.
So I don't know if by caught on camera it meant like Pap's photos or it was like literally on video, but like footage.
I feel like if it was on video, we would know.
Footage came, like pictures of her like making out with this Smash director came out while she was still with her first husband.
Right.
And he's cute. I mean, he's cute. And he has had a good career because he just directed the new Bridget Jones movie.
I was glad you posted his picture in the dossier because
I thought that was important.
It made me, I would have cheated on my husband for this person as well. Absolutely. Which is why I no longer have one, I suppose. So,
Jesus Christ. Then we get to where I have my Britney Spears dancing knives sharpened and out for her. And that is Yolanda Foster. We watch her on Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. We see that she's married to David Foster, who is a living legend in the music industry. We've all watched him on Oprah a million times. We know that he's worked with legends like Celine Dion, etc. We know he's like one of a kind, blah, blah. We see him as her husband on Beverly Hills. Then she has a mysterious illness that she does not know what it is. And we watch her struggle with that. And we watch Lisa Rinna be an absolute monster of a human being by saying that she has Munchausen's by proxy. She eventually finds out that she has Lyme disease, and it's like completely understands why she has been feeling like garbage for the entire year. She finally is diagnosed with the right disease. Once she finds out that she has Lyme disease, David Foster is like, I don't want to be married to you anymore, and leaves her as she's finding out why she is sick and has been bedridden for a year. He's like, I can't fuck you anymore, so it's time for me to go be single. And leaves her while she is sick, which sadly is not that uncommon, by the way, for men to do to their wives that get diagnosed with horrible diseases, which is disgusting. So who rears their ugly little head to like scoop him right up? It's Miss Katharine McPhee herself. And it's like, girl.
There's even more of an age difference with
He's like 70 years old.
Like 35-year age difference.
35 years? Jesus.
35, yeah. So he's 75 now.
He's 75 years old.
And what's shocking too is like on Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, he was a monster to Yolanda. Like he just was such a jerk and would just like stand in the kitchen eyeing her while she was like measuring almonds for his salad. And she completely doted on him and he was such a jerk. So, and I mean, I guess we probably know why Katharine McPhee like wanted to go be with David Foster, but you're also like, oh, why?
Yeah, it's not great. He like hated Yolanda. It was terrible. Like he looked terrible on the show. Like it ruined his reputation, at least for like the millennials that would watch him on like Oprah whenever he would perform with Celine, you know what I mean? Or whenever Charisse. Yeah, and like Josh Groban. Yeah, he like made Josh Groban. Like we like watched him like be a star maker, which is why 100% why she is like sniffing around for him. Because she's like, oh, I was on Scorpion. I was a mainframe hacker on CBS. That didn't work. I was a starlet on Smash. That didn't work. I was on American Idol. That didn't work. So if I link up with David Foster, he'll make me a star. She really is being her character in Smash, you know?
I mean, you literally like, she's married to David Foster and she still doesn't really have a mainstream hit.
No, like at all.
It just means the universe just didn't want it. Right?
They like tour together. I was like buying tickets for something and it was like the next day at that venue was like Katharine McPhee and David Foster like in concert and he's like playing the piano and she's singing. I'm like, you guys are fucking losers. Is that bad? I just like find them to be so losery together.
So to be clear, your rage toward Katharine McPhee is because of her relationship with David Foster vis-a-vis what David did to Yolanda. Copy
Correct.
that.
And it's like, if you're...
I'm not invalidating, by the way. I just want to understand what, but I get it. I get it.
And like, why on earth would you ever, especially from a publicity standpoint, since you're like marrying another celebrity, like that is not the celebrity that you hitch your wagon to after he's just come off of like a terrible PR. I mean, everyone that's a millennial was like, fuck him. Like,
but I love him.
Yeah. Sorry. And then to like then do that. And then it was just so gross to me. I found it to be so, and like you met whenever he was divorcing your like you didn't know each other from like, unless maybe they did.
So I believe they met on American Idol, supposedly.
That's even worse. That's even worse.
I just have to like, he's David Foster. Her mom's like a revered LA vocal coach. I have to think they met earlier.
Which is even grosser. That's like whenever, speaking of NCIS, whenever like in Friends, whenever Monica's dating Richard, Tom Selleck, when he's like her like obstetrician or whatever, he's like the optometrist, right? And she's like, and do you remember the episode whenever like the parents find out and they're freaking out?
Oh yeah, because he was friends with the parents.
He's friends with the parents.
Yes. Okay. Worth noting too that Katharine McPhee is older than her stepdaughters.
Yes.
Sarah and Aaron Foster.
Older than David Foster's daughters. Yes.
No, she's younger than them.
Sorry.
Right?
She's younger than David Foster's daughters.
Which again, ew.
Mm.
I don't like it. It just, the whole thing just is so desperate to me. Am I wrong?
I don't know. I mean, they have children now, right? Her and David Foster. They have one child.
Son.
Did she have a kid with her first husband?
No.
Wow.
Okay, then we have another. Okay, so then they make like a Christmas album. They like do this again. They're trying to be like this dynamic duo that they're just never going to be, in my opinion. I did not know until the Lana Del research came out that they were on The Masked Singer as
together?
A banana split.
Yeah,
Dominick, scroll down. You're going to scream. Dominick, you're going to scream when you see this.
I don't even understand that.
Katharine
McPhee and her husband David Foster competed in season 6 of The Masked Singer as Banana Split, in which McPhee dressed up as the ice cream half who did all the singing, and Foster dressed up as the banana half who did the instrument playing. They were what? They do teams on The Masked Singer? I can't watch it. I'm unable to watch it because of Jenny McCarthy, but I'm stunned that they were on as a team. I didn't know that happened.
I think The Masked Singer needs to be fixed. I think that needs to be an entity that we fix on this podcast, because
why not?
There has not been one human being that has gone on it and then been like, my career is revolutionized by this. Right?
I need to know, did Dominick scroll to see the photo of the costumes?
Did you see the photo of the costumes?
Oh, my word. Also, who's going to guess David Foster for anything on the show?
Who's going to guess Katharine McPhee for anything?
I did like a little bit of Wikipediaing about this. I don't think they did. I think the judges couldn't figure it out.
Why? It's just so like agenty. Like it's just so LA agent to me.
Mm-hmm.
Like, oh, and then we're going to do this. And then we're going to do this weird pivot. And then I'm going to do this. Like they released an album of 7 Christmas songs for no reason. Why?
Can I pull some Schmuckers information out of this timeline? By the way, I'm obviously attracted to it more than The Masked Singer from the dossier. So, Margaret, thank you for this information. In 2020, Prince Harry finds a quote-unquote father figure in David Foster. Foster and McPhee helped the Sussexes find a place to stay in Canada after they stepped down from their royal duties, arranging for them to stay in a $14 million home in Victoria, British Columbia. So this is in 2020. Fast forward to 2024. In a statement to the press, David Foster, now 74 years old at the time, David Foster says, I'm afraid I won't be able to. Now, Lilibet is the daughter of the Schmuckers. I'm afraid I won't be able to attend Lilibet's party. The truth is, I've never actually met Archie or Lilibet. I know Meghan and Harry consider me a close friend, but the fact is, I've never been invited to their home or had the chance to spend time with their children.
And P.S., that's why Katharine McPhee's not going to be on with Love Meghan.
But I was going to say, given the fact that they're not friends, I'm assuming that she'll be on season 2.
You're right.
The way that Mindy Kaling was on season 1, right?
They've never met in person before. Yeah, you're right. Actually, Dominick, that's perfect. Yeah,
I swear, Gwyneth Paltrow studied this quote for her Vanity Fair interview.
Yeah, sure. Oh, God. But again, with the Fosters, I'm going to call them now, they're like, how can we like get someone's fame? You know what I mean? How can we like siphon off the energy of Meghan and Harry? And like, they just seem so gross to me. It's so, you know?
Mm-hmm.
This is hard.
It is. She's a tough one, especially for you because you have such a distaste for her. So I don't know. I think your way of fixing her will be for her to just go take an express to hell. Like the look on your face.
But like, again, like she's like been on Broadway. Like, again, she was wasn't she Waitress?
Yes, she was in Waitress. And I have had guests on the podcast who saw it live and said she was spectacular.
Yeah, like she's talented and like, but like she doesn't have any star power at all. Like she's not edgy. She's not cool. She's been around. She's she's a great singer. Like as I listen to her sing on Smash and I'm like, these are the songs of my generation, you know, but she just like has there's no get up and go with her at all. This dossier is just like a whole dossier of fixes that like she should go be on a network television show, go be on Broadway, go do this, like go do this weird thing, go be friends with another celebrity, go blah, blah. Like none of these things. She's done all the things that we normally say that people should do and none of them worked. So go be on The Masked Singer as Banana Split.
In her defense, when I've married David Foster, that's the last line of my Wikipedia page of her. You don't see me even trying to do anything other than being Mrs. David Foster. So I'm not trying to be anti-woman or anti anything, but it's
count
like
your money. Yeah, count your money and
that's
go.
It.
Yeah. Give him blowjobs every day.
In all seriousness, if he divorces her, I'll marry David Foster and leave this podcast. I don't care. I will just sit there. Are we at the arena?
I think we are, but I have no idea what my pitch is, so I need to pray on this.
Yeah, there's going to be a little bit of a pause here while we pray on this. I really am not sure either, to be honest with you.
I think the listeners also should know she has a jewelry line on QVC. So she's like also hawking jewelry.
She's even doing that.
What does the jewelry look like?
You gotta scroll down in the dossier.
Dominick, you're gonna die. You're gonna die. Scroll down.
I mean, that looks like QVC jewelry.
Yeah,
sure.
It does. Yeah.
You refer to it as her heart of the ocean. How dare you? How dare you, Margaret?
It was the closest thing I could find.
That is a fart of the ocean for sure.
Yeah, for sure. But again, like that doesn't even, it's like not, it's just, you could buy this anywhere in the world. Like this is not even like a cool, interesting thing that she like has that's different. You know what I mean?
I promise you I could buy something that looks more valuable at the bodega on the corner. I'm not even joking. I swear to you.
Okay, I'm ready.
Okay.
I might be forfeiting my win here, but this is the only thing I can think of.
Is this is going to be the most clown thing that you've ever pitched on the show?
No, but like, it's just Margaret's not going to like it. I know that much. Okay. My like original thought was to have her do a memoir and just like title all of these failures and like possible showmances and husbands and all that. Like I would read that, you know, of like her doing that. That is not the pitch though. It's just not, I don't think she has enough in her to do it. It's all like scandal and she'll look bad in the memoir because she's like, and then I had an affair with my husband, like on my husband with this other man. And then we got married. And then like, it doesn't, she's not coming out looking good in it. So that's not what it is. What I want her to do, and Margaret, I am sorry in advance for this, but she is going to come out with a podcast that is rivaling your own, where her and Megan Hilty sit down and rewatch Smash and recap the episodes and give all of us, you might like it because you'll like to listen, give us like all the behind the scenes tea of like, and then Steven Spielberg said this, and then blah, blah. Like, I want it to be like, we watched the episode and I want to hear like how hard it was to film all of it, how much money they spent. This person did this. Deborah Messing said blank. You know, the son that was 17 that wanted a little, you know, that would later be in the OA that wanted like the little adopted Chinese baby said this thing, the blah, 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 the husband, the this. I think they need to spill all the details and I would listen to every single episode of it. And if Megan Hilty can help her like make fun of herself in it, then I like am changing my tune a little bit on her.
That's a strong fix.
She needs some comedy and like making fun of herself because she's so self-serious and I find it so losery. And she's done everything else, like truly everything else other than write a memoir and start a podcast. And so I think it's her and Megan Hilty on the mic together. Come on.
I like it.
I mean, in many ways, they are the Adina and Kristen for a certain generation.
They sure.
Why not? They're even the same color scheme.
Really. Yeah,
I was just thinking that. Yeah.
Did anyone ever consider that when Smash came out?
One of them
the
having
same race, and one of them is brown hair, and one of them
brown hair and white blonde hair. Yeah,
honestly,
and they're both Caucasoids.
No, but that kind of blows my mind, and now I wonder if that was intentional, because probably every other episode, it's me like harping on. I think they should have like had another like blonde person to rival Megan Hilty as opposed to Katharine McPhee, but maybe they were going for the Adina Kristen thing.
Or they were just going for good versus evil, I think, maybe. Or just, I don't know, maybe they made, I feel like it was probably deliberate that she wasn't a blonde for whatever focus group reason.
But don't you worry, she's in like 97 million horrific Marilyn Monroe wigs in the show. So you see her as a blonde often.
I do remember seeing that.
Oh, yeah.
And it
wasn't great.
It wasn't great.
No.
How did Smash end up? Who won the role of the bombshell? Which one of them?
Oh, my God. No, it's a mess. So Katharine McPhee becomes the understudy. Then it's going to Broadway. She quits the show and her dream role of being Marilyn to join like an edgier show and be the lead in that show. So Megan Hilty ends up winning the Tony for playing Marilyn.
Oh, wow.
Spoilers.
And so Smash resolved then at the end of its second season, like before it left?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think they knew it was ending.
Okay.
But in the first show, she does it. Katharine McPhee does it.
She does in previews. So she plays
the first
Marilyn
day of
in previews.
Like Ivy's like sick or something, or Ivy can't go on, or like
they
something.
They poison Uma Thurman. Uma Thurman gets poisoned with a peanut
Uma
smoothie.
Thurman is in this show, Dominic, by the way.
When did that happen?
Liza Minnelli is in the show in the second season.
Bernadette Peters is Megan Hilty's mother in it. And sings Rose's Turn for absolutely no reason.
That is so weird.
You might have to watch it.
This show is so weird. But Bernadette did play Mama Rose on Broadway several years before.
Correct.
So,
which is why they were like,
sitting on our couches watching
it. Yeah. For no reason at all. And she's like, sure. And she basically plays herself in them. She's like, plays like a Broadway legend. Uma Thurman is going to be the lead, and then they poison her so that she can't do it because she can't sing at all. Like, she's like the celebrity stunt casting that's like, and it's honestly the most grounded you've ever seen Uma Thurman in anything that she's ever been.
She's great. It's a great story arc. I love it.
She actually is really good in it. But you're like, at the same time, you're like, Kill Bill herself is in this show. Like,
oh my God. I am drawing like the biggest blank I have ever drawn here. Like, even in the days since we knew we were doing this, I was afraid that this might happen.
Dominic, everything we usually try to throw at them, she's done already and it's failed. Like her track record,
single
we can't stand on business and be like, she will do great in this because we're like, even if she does it, no one will care.
She does an evening with Katharine McPhee every single week.
Every week with David Foster and no one gives a fuck.
Where do they do these evening withs?
I don't know, all over the place.
They go on tour.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
It's sort of clownish, but I am going through she has tried absolutely everything, which is usually the moment when I will craft like a specific role for someone and say, play this role. But to be honest with you, from what I saw of Smash, Katharine McPhee, by the way, is a wonderful vocalist. I don't care if a billion years of training, great. I remember her being a very gifted singer. I didn't really feel that way about the acting with her on Smash. I'd never really she seemed kind of wooden to me on that show, if I'm being honest. Like it was all very
nice of you.
Well, it was very much about Megan Hilty. Like I thought Megan Hilty outclassed her in the acting department by leaps and bounds. So I know this sounds like a cop-out, but I don't know what else to do with Katharine McPhee except start an OnlyFans. And that's my pitch. I don't know what the fuck else to do with Katharine McPhee. She's tried everything else. She's married to David Foster, so all she really needs to do is be Mrs. David Foster. And again, if anyone thinks that's an insult, I'm also happy to be Mrs. David Foster and do fucking nothing for the rest of my life. So let's just do an OnlyFans. Specifically, I do not want David Foster involved in the OnlyFans, though. If she has special guests, it can't be David Foster.
Okay. Special guests.
I don't know if this is going to be an official submission, but I do have a proposed fix in the vein that Dominick's been doing lately of playing real people.
Uh-oh.
Give it. If we're blown away, then you've won the week. And I got to say, it's a pretty good week to do that.
Yeah, you have a really good chance of doing this.
I want season 4, The American Crime Story, which has been OJ, the Versace murder, Bill Clinton impeachment. I would like season 4 to be John Benet Ramsey, Katharine McPhee as Patsy Ramsey, with David Foster as John Ramsey.
Dear God in heaven.
We have a winner.
We sure do.
Thank you.
Oh my God.
I've had that fix in my brain for a month. Before you would ask me to come on, I'm like, this is my fix. I will pitch it.
Oh my, can you imagine?
Not since my win putting Jennifer Garner as Ghislaine Maxwell in the Jeffrey Epstein TV movie have we been this bowled away by a casting choice. That's fantastic.
Holy shit. And those two bonkers people, like that's honestly they're not going to be able to act it. But like, yeah.
But you know what?
You win, but like it's dear God in heaven.
But what if they could? What if she's never been given the proper role to shine?
Sure, that's true.
I think that this is actually genius because Patsy Ramsey had a hard time playing Patsy Ramsey in the press. You know what I mean? Like that was why people thought she was guilty because she seemed so weird and flat a lot of the time. And this could be the thing that Katharine McPhee that puts her on the map.
Straight to the top, maybe.
Yeah. Emmy nominations for both of them.
Are they doing another American Crime Story? Like, is there one in the works? There should be, right? Or is he like, I've done 9 million? I mean, every single person that's ever like been in his vicinity has said he will just create a show and then walk away from it and let it burn to the ground.
The rise and fall of the legendary nightclub in New York. Which nightclub?
What is that? Oh, probably
Studio 54.
Yeah.
That's what a strange pick, though.
That'll be a fun cast of characters, though. I mean, I guess the crime is all the crime, why it shut down because they were running drugs out of it.
It was like literally a drug haven.
Sometimes I forget that's a crime.
Yeah. You especially.
Really?
Margaret, you're a winner.
Thank you.
Yeah.
You joined a very, very small group of people that have won this show.
That's pretty amazing. I'm proud to know you. I'm proud to know the person.
It is a true honor, guys.
Well, I think we did it. I mean, if she doesn't do that, I don't know what else she could. Like, this is her last chance. So if she doesn't do that, then like, what else can she do?
I mean, just be a billionaire's wife, which is enough. Again, like that's.
I wonder how much. No, but he has so many royalties on so many songs. There's just no way, right?
Like he has to.
Because I'm like, does he not have any money? Like you never know.
Yeah. Like I always wonder. Yeah.
But then I'm like, no, like
he has money. He's got
from those 90s songs, like his cut's probably so good.
I'm not even convinced. I think that David Foster and Diane Warren might be the same person with wigs. Honest to God. They could be. I like, they're like the king and queen. They should have a child. That child would just.
Sure. Yeah. Be the
that
next
child
composer,
would just be a musical genius when it pops out of her.
It's like 150 million, his net worth. It's like that should be enough to keep her going.
I mean, that's good. Yeah.
Yeah.
Isn't that sad that we're like, is it enough? Like, that's literally horrific.
Would I have to go on unemployment eventually? What is that?
This has been a whirlwind.
Margaret, this was a whirlwind. You really bowled us over at the end. And as a group, me and Chris, these were probably our lamest pitches ever. I blame Katharine McPhee. First and foremost.
Same, not us.
I do give,
you really turned
Chris
it around.
The runner-up, though.
Okay, you would have picked me if it was.
I would
have
picked you. Yeah.
Okay.
If you didn't pick
Margaret,
me,
that was really unnecessary. That was really unnecessary. There's no runner-up column on this grid, Christopher. He will bring. If we're tied at the end of the year, he's absolutely going to say, "But Margaret gave me the runner-up spot." You can't be the Katharine McPhee of this.
I was going to. How
podcast.
dare you? I was going to say. that means nothing. I said thank you, but it accounts for nothing. So, Margaret, please tell everyone where they can find Smash Hit and where they can find you.
Thank you. You can listen to Smash Hit everywhere you listen to your podcasts. We are also on Instagram, Smash Hit Podcast. New episodes drop every Wednesday. Chris has been on the show discussing episode 6. I think he's going to come back and we'll do a debrief of season 1. And Dominick, I think you've got to come on for season 2 now.
I would love that. Can I watch season 2 without season 1, or do I need to watch the whole thing down?
You basically, no, you really can, which is sad. You really don't need
prestige TV whatsoever. You can drop in and out at your leisure.
At any moment. And know that Margaret she was like, I know exactly what episode you're going to do. And it's the episode where Ivy goes on prednisone and basically loses her mind and hallucinates.
I can't. What will you do with the podcast when you run out of episodes? Is that it? You're just going to start another one?
We have a plan. We have a plan for it.
We do have a plan. I don't think we're going to reveal it yet, but we do have a plan.
Okay.
We've gone there. Listen, when I have a client, I set them up for life, okay?
Oh, Margaret, thank you so much for doing this.
Dominick, where can people find you?
You can find me at the website. It's domentary.com. You can find me at Instagram at Dominick Pupa. You can find me on TikTok at Domentary. You can also find Fixing Famous People now on TikTok as well.
Ooh.
Christopher, where can our listeners find you on the web?
You can find me at the DeRosa. You can find the show at Fixing Famous People. You can find the Patreon at patreon.com/Fixing Famous People and the YouTube channel at Fixing Famous People.
Ooh.
I wish you both well. And as always, where's Shelley? Goodbye.